Workers say they just want what's right. City workers in Southfield say they've gone far too long without getting a pay raise, and now they're speaking up loudly. Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 5:30. Let's take you back to 2008 for just a moment. Then Senator Barack Obama sailing to victory to become the 44th president. Twilight was the top movie at the box office. And remember Tom Cruise's bizarre jumping up and down on Oprah's couch appearance? That was dominating the headlines then, too.
Who could forget that? It sounds like eons ago when you put it in perspective like that. But it was also the last time city workers in Southfield got a pay raise, and now they're saying enough is enough. Jason Colthorpe spoke to city workers today, and he joins us live with more. Jason, good evening.
Good evening, Kim. And I did talk to city workers, a lot of different ones, and they're frustrated. You know, they haven't had a raise in a long time, and they say a long time ago working for the city was great. There were outings, company picnics, and things like that. Morale was great. And now they say so many people are miserable because of this raise issue. But I talked to the city, and the city says we just don't have the money for it right now. Of course, workers point to a place like the Northland Mall here and say, well, how did you scrape together $2.5 million to buy this place?
But I can barely afford the gas to get to work.
After 8 years of no raises, Southfield workers say they're struggling.
It hurts me to see people walking with their eyes to the floor because they've been beaten down so badly. People are losing their homes, on the verge of losing their homes.
Corey Roughton represents about 100 workers. The city has about 500 total.
We could live with a 3% raise. 3% raise, and don't go through the draconian cuts through the retiree health care like they want.
But those legacy costs are part of what's killing Southfield right now. City Administrator Fred Zorn tells me the tax base and state revenue sharing are also in heavy decline. The city says it spends a lot for excellent health benefits. For an employee making $53,000 a year, the city had to pay an additional $50,000 in benefit costs, of which the employee pays less than $6,500. But TPOAM stats spin it the other way. In 2008, the average salary was $49,000. After taxes and health care, they took home $39,000. In 2015, same base salary, but now they're netting just $26,000.
I've got a daughter that's 17 years old that hasn't been anywhere other than our house. Never been on vacation for half of her life. I've got a wife that's a sick wife that I can barely provide to put food on the table because these costs for health care, they keep going up.
Yeah. Always much more emotional when it's families and not numbers. Now back to the Northland Mall here for a minute. Employees again saying, how can you spend $2.5 million on this place and probably another $10 million to remediate it and not have any money to give us a raise? Well, the city says the money that came to pay for this came out of a completely different fund that was set up a long time ago for things like this, to buy this and to, when it's all said and done, this is something along with some property across from City Hall that is going to increase the tax base and help Southfield in the long run get back on its feet. Live in Southfield tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Well, Jason, I'm just curious, as far as the city leaders go, have they gotten any raises during this same time period?
They have not. I did talk to the mayor about this, and I was very curious about city contracts in that regard. They said they couldn't be happier with the city administrator, and city council also hasn't taken any raises in this time. They know it's tough. They're trying to get through it, and they have the utmost confidence that they will. They feel they're on the right track, and they really feel like investments in places like this are going to help turn the city around sooner rather than later, Kim.
And you're right, it really is tough, and it's tough when you see it involves families and not just numbers, like you said. Okay, Jason, we appreciate it.